Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, this defense for the Cardinals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown score or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals. Of course, remember last week, week number 1, quite the opener for him, NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
He does not want to be a flash in the pan. He wants to have that type of a game each and every week. Let's see if he can get a 2nd award in week 2 of the season.
Amari Barno getting there to make the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On play action, it's Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. But you know it's never easy to get Kyler Murray down to the ground, and to do it with a sack on their 1st drive, what a great tone setter defensively.
Oh, and no one's celebrating more than the defensive coordinator because that's all he's preached all week long. Keep him hemmed in. Don't let him get into the open field and create big plays with his feet. To get him down in the pocket early, that's got to feel great for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
That'll give them 8 that time, and now it's 3rd and 4. He had the start to a season a week ago that everybody wants to have, NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Can he do it a second time?
He can. He absolutely positively can because of his skill set. When people adjust to him, he has a great ability to adjust himself and make them continue to chase him throughout the game.
He'll dump this one off to Conner. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns last year is James Conner. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Murray going to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. On the carry, it's McAllister. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now Anderson on the jet sweep. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Fourth down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. Prater's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well, somewhat calm, only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a big play there for Vegas. 49 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Raiders at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands. In
need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Carr to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are.
This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength. This is McAllister. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. One receiver right, that's Brown. They'll try and run for it. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Here's Murray, a quick throw complete. Touchdown, Cardinals! Rondale Moore. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals are back within a score. Prater for the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. And this one is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Play action. Now it's Murray. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. First down, Arizona. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Running right, here's McAllister. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there, all 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's second and 10. Murray now running left off the option. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. They'll run here with McAllister. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Shotgun now for Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, 7:30, 6:18.
Throwing now is Carr. And that is incomplete. That close on 3rd down. I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Murray's throw is caught here by Anderson. He's got room past the 30, and he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Award that tackle for loss to the safety, Budda Baker. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. A give, it's Jacobs off the option. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 2nd and 9, Carr gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Carr. He's got Renfro on the out route. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Raiders are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On play action, it's Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off.
And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll run for it here with McAllister. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Did your high school have that same push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter whether we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back at his last snap of the ball, and boy, they created a nice play for themselves. Would they lose 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on the victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Las Vegas, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals,